Welcome to Let's Talk About Scams. I'm your host, Joyce Petrowski, founder of R.O.S.E Resources Outreach to Safeguard the Elderly. And I'm going to talk to you about the frauds and scams that are out there today. I'm really glad you've joined me. I'm going to discuss statistics and signs of a scam. And if you need more resources, please visit our website at roseadvocacy.org. And don't forget to talk to your loved ones about scams. So the statistics. In 2022, the older adult population in the United States lost $3 billion to the frauds and scams. And there were over 88,000 victims that made up that $3 billion. Now, this has gone up drastically. In 2021, the older adult population lost 1.7 billion. So those losses have risen by 84% in 1 year, from 2021 to 2022. Another area that we noticed was the number of victims. Over the last couple years, the number of victims have not changed much. They've either pretty much stayed the same or maybe even gone down a little bit. But the losses are increasing. So what's that tell us? Well, the scammers are getting more efficient. They're learning different techniques to be able to get more money out of less people. So let's look at Arizona. Well, in 2022, Arizona ranked 5th with over 3,500 reported victims in 2022. And of those over 3,500 victims, they lost over $82 million. And that's just what's reported. So in Arizona, those losses 2 years ago in 2020, they were 27 million. That's still a lot of money. But then in 2021, they went up to 54 million. And now in 2022, that older adult population in Arizona lost over $82 million. It's just crazy. So let's talk about the signs of the scams. So we have 6 of them that I'm going to share with you today. The first one is pretend. Scammers love to pretend to be somebody they're not, or to pretend to be a company. So they love to pretend to be Amazon, FedEx, Microsoft, McAfee, all those large companies out there. And they'll send you emails. They might call you. You might get pop-ups on your screen saying you've got a problem with your account. Like they'll say there's an issue with your Amazon account, or you'll get a pop-up on your screen or an email where they pretend to be from Microsoft and that there's a virus on your computer and you need to get a hold of them right away. They also like to pretend to be your children or your grandchildren, and that there's a problem, that you are out of the country and you're in trouble and you need money to get home. You've been put in jail. You need money to get out of jail. You've been in a car accident. They have a whole slew of reasons why they need the money. And then another way that they impersonate is they can impersonate someone that you're friends with, that you correspond with over email. And they can do that by hacking in to your friend or family member's email account. And then they have control of it, so they can pretend to be your friend or family member and send you emails. And that's really difficult because the email's the same email account. So you think you're talking to your friend or your family member. So that you really have to be thinking about it. You know, is this really how my friend or family member emails me or talks to me in an email, and all of that stuff? Number 2, there's always a problem, right? We talked about the grandchild or the child. There's a problem. They've been in an accident. They're in jail. They're in the hospital. They're out of the country and can't get back. Always a problem with that. With the tech support scams, we talked about that them impersonating Microsoft and McAfee. There's a problem with your device. It's got a virus on it. You need to call us right away to get this off. Amazon, there's a problem with your Amazon account. You need to let us in so we can help you, resolve the problem. Always, always, always a problem. Number 3, there's a promise. So this we're going to equate to in a couple different scams. One is, let's talk about a romance scam. So you're talking to this person and they're trying to gain your absolute trust, and they're making a bunch of promises to you. They're going to promise that they're in love with you, that they want to come back and be with you, and maybe even the promise of marriage. But they're trying to build that absolute trust with all those promises. Another one could be an investment scam. They've talking to you and being friendly with you, and then they start talking about this investment that they've recently invested in, and they're making all this money, and they might even show you some statements to prove to you that, that where they've made all this money. And the whole purpose is by them promising that you're going to make this type of return, and so they want you to invest. Number 4, there's a prize. So there's the sweepstakes scams, right? You've won the lottery, you've won some other sweepstakes, Publishers Clearinghouse. That's coming back these days, that you've won Publishers Clearinghouse, which again could be a lot of money. It could be this exotic, expensive car or some other highly valuable prize. But I've noticed recently that they have been more frequently impersonating Publishers Clearinghouse. It could be a prize of sorts, that Nigerian prince scam where you get the letter saying that, he's leaving, he's giving you some money, but you just need to pay some money up front in order to get it and all that. So that's where prize comes into play. Number 5 is pressure. They are going to put the pressure on you big time. They are going to pressure you to stay on the phone with them, because they don't want you talking to anybody else about this, because for fear that that person's going to tell you this is a scam, hang up on them. So they're going to pressure you to stay on the phone. They're going to pressure you to, believe everything that they're telling you. And they're going to pressure you that you need to make the payment right away, or something bad's going to happen. And then number 6 is the payment. So scammers aren't going to say, yeah, just write me a check, make it out to, to this person and send it to this address, because that takes a long time, right? You have to mail it, and then they receive it and deposit it, and then you got to wait for it to clear the bank and all that stuff. They don't want to deal with any of that. They want the money right away. So a lot of times they have you go buy gift cards. And they want you to just read the numbers off the back to them, because once they have that information, now they have access to those gift cards. Or they want you to go to the bank, or if you do online banking, go on and wire money to them. They're going to get that money that same day, or at the latest, maybe the next day, directly into their account. And then what's come up probably in the last 3 to 5 years is cryptocurrency. There's these ATMs out there that are specifically for cryptocurrency. They want you to take your cash and put it in these ATMs, and they'll give you a code or whatever it is they need you to punch in there. And as soon as that money goes in there, it's gone. And it's sent directly to their account in crypto, which is extremely difficult to track. It's pretty much anonymous. And so they love the anonymity with the cryptocurrency and gift cards, because those are extremely hard to trace. They also love, those cash apps. Again, quick payments with cash apps. So you got to be careful of those as well. Like I think there's one called Cash App, but there's Venmo, and I think PayPal is even a cash app, and there's a lot of them. I personally don't use them, so I don't know all of the ones that are out there. So those are the 6 different signs of a scam. So what can you do to help protect yourself and your hard-earned assets when you're contacted? Well, the first thing to do is to slow down and stop. Don't do it. Don't act on anything, and just think about what the situation is. What are they asking you to do? What information are they asking you to give to them? Why? Okay. Have a trusted person. Could be a family member, a friend. It could be, if you have investments accounts, it could be a broker. It could be anybody that you trust to talk to about these situations. Talk to them about what's going on, because sometimes just by you hearing yourself say what's going on, you realize, oh yeah, this doesn't make sense. Nope, it's not true. It's a scam. Other times, you're still in that emotional state, whatever emotional state that is, and it's going to take your trusted person who's in a rational state to help you walk through the situation to realize it's a scam. Remember back when we talked about pressure? They pressure you to stay on the phone and not talk to anybody because they know that other person is going to be in a rational state and will help you realize it's a scam. And then the third tip is to verify before you can trust what's going on. Over 40 years ago, there was a phrase that was coined. It was called trust but verify. Well, back in the 80s, we could do that, right? We had some technology, but not a lot. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers. I talk to people about, our phones only allowed us to go as far as the cord would let us. So now with all this technology that we have out there in today's world, we have to flip that phrase around. We have to verify. We have to verify who we're talking to, who we're engaging with, why they want the information or the money from us. Are they really that company? Are they really that person? So you got to do some detective work of sorts. So verifying could be you have the verified phone number of the person they're claiming to be or of the company that they're claiming to be. So use that verified phone number and call that person, call that company, and find out what's going on. Or let's say, for instance, it's your Amazon account that they say there's an issue with. Well, if you know how to log into your Amazon account from the verified website. So you're going to go to Amazon's verified website and you are going to log in like you normally would when you're going to go place an order, and you can check things out. You can look at your account, see if there's any open purchases on there, just see what's going on. And then if you still think there might be a problem, you can find Amazon's customer service number off of that verified website and call them and talk to them about it. So these are different ways that you can verify what's going on before you can even begin to trust what this other person is saying to you. Okay? So those 3 tips are going to help you slow down, think about the situation, talk to your trusted person, and verify before you give any personal information or money out. So these are great items to have in your tool belt to help you be more aware of the frauds and scams that are out there. Because the scammers are trying to get your personal information and your money. But we don't want you to live in fear. We just want you to be more aware of what is out there and that these scammers are going to try to contact you. So talk to your loved ones about what you learned here today on this episode. And thank you for joining me today. If you need any more resources, please visit our website at roseadvocacy.org And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. Let's talk about scams.